What's going on, guys? Dig here, ready to teach you how to do the Rave and the Redwoods Easter egg, and yes, you can do this one solo. Now, the Fated Fortune cards that you want to bring are Scope Dollars, Mana, Perk Insured, Reanimated, and all the ammos. Now, before we get into anything that's Easter egg related, one tip I can give you right at the start is do not buy any of the melee weapons on the wall. It will only give you 60 points when you get melee kills with them, so only use your normal melee, and as soon as you spawn in, go ahead and go upstairs and grab the M1 Grand 2. Now, we're going to make our way over to this big bonfire, and we're going to be taking out zombies until we get this pouch to spawn in. Now, what this pouch does, it allows you to go into Rave mode, which will give you double points. Every time you're in Rave mode, it will give you double points. If you want Rave mode to last even longer, all you do is listen to the fairies and it will extend your time. Another tidbit, if you want to know how much time you have left on your Rave mode, look to your character's card. The gold meter that slowly goes down is how much time you have left in your Rave mode. Now, during the Rave mode, what you want to do is you want to activate Scope Dollars and take out the zombies while it is activated, because it will give you increased amount of money. When I first started my initial Rave mode, I was only at 2k. By the end of this, I had 10k. Now, for the first step of the Easter egg is turning on the power. The power is located underneath spawn. You just got to loop around the map to get underneath through the minecart shaft area. Now, the next thing that we're going to accomplish is by unlocking Pack-a-Punch. Now, Pack-a-Punch could be unlocked by collecting 3 different items for the boat and collecting 2 different films around the map. These parts and films can be located in the same spots every single game you play. The first part that we're going to collect is located inside the cafeteria, leaning against this pillar right here. The second part that we're going to collect is going to be in front of the DJ booth right here to the right, leaning against this stand. And the third and final part that we're going to collect is going to be located inside the attic above spawn. Now we're going to head to the boat dock, and right before you hop on the boat, look to your left on the ground, you'll find a film reel. Go ahead and pick that up and then hop inside the boat. Once you get to the island, go to the backside of the cabin, and then you'll find a reel on the ground right here, and then go ahead and put it inside the projector, and now you have unlocked Pack-a-Punch. Now, while you are here, go ahead and talk to Kevin and pick up the sausages inside the little bathroom towards the back of the cabin. Then hop on the zip line to get back to the mainland. Now, before you start this next step of the Easter egg, I highly recommend buying the NV4 weapon on the wall right here for this next step. Now, once you talk to Kevin, go to the backside of the DJ booth behind the statue, and you'll find a picture on the ground. Go ahead and pick up that picture. Once you collect the picture, go to the big bonfire, and then you'll get a prompt on the ground right here to place the picture down. Once you place the picture on the ground right there, you're going to be stuck in a time lockdown where you have to shoot off 10 arms off of 10 different zombies, and then once you do that, you're going to interact with the picture on the ground, and it's going to spawn in a slasher. Please do not leave the bonfire area, because if you do, you will fail this step. You must take out the slasher first before you leave the area. Another thing to keep in mind too, if you do not do it fast enough by shooting off the 10 arms, you will lose a perk if you have any perks. Another thing I want you to keep in mind too, if you fail it at all, you can literally just start it back up. You don't have to end the round or anything special. Just start it back up. Once you take out the slasher, go ahead and go back and pick up the picture, and then go back to Pack-a-Punch and talk to Kevin. Now, before you do the next step of the Easter egg, either buy the Banshee off the wall near spawn or get an explosive weapon outside of the box. Now, go inside the attic above spawn, and then you'll find this picture on the ground near Tough Enough. Go ahead and pick this up and go to the DJ booth. Once there, place the picture on the ground right here, and now you have to take out the zombie's legs. Now, the way that you want to use the Banshee to collect souls is by using the top side of the reticle and shooting these zombies as soon as it becomes red, but keeping that reticle as low as possible to the legs as you can. Now, with the explosive weapon, you want to shoot in front of these zombies where it's close enough to take them out, but not close enough where it insta-kill them on contact. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what weapon you use, if it's a shotgun or explosive weapon, as long as you use my tips, you'll be able to collect souls for this step. Now, once you collect enough souls, all the souls will fly to the center. Go ahead and interact with the picture, and then a slasher will spawn in. Please do not leave the DJ booth area, because you will fail this step if you do. Just take out the slasher in time. Also, if you do not collect the souls fast enough, you will lose a perk just like the last step. Another thing I want you to keep in mind too, if you fail it at all, you can literally just start it back up. You don't have to end the round or anything special. Just start it back up. Now, collect the picture and head back to Kevin and talk to Kevin. Now, go to the basement at the cabin at spawn and pick up the skull that's right by the box location. Now, you want to head to the docks, and on the beach front, you want to place down the skull right there, and all you have to do now is get 10 headshots. Now, once you get your last soul that you need, go ahead and interact with the picture and take out the slasher. Like I said earlier before, do not leave the beachfront area, because you will lose this step if you do. Also, do it in time, because if you don't do it in time, you'll lose a perk. Like I said earlier, if you do not do it in time, you can just start it back up. You don't have to end the round or anything special. Just start it back up. Now, once you pick up the skull, you are ready for the boss fight. Now, before we start the boss fight, I'll show you how to build all the wonder weapons of the map. There are 4 in total. Another thing that's cool about this map, you can carry 3 wonder weapons at a time. Now, the first step of unlocking these wonder weapons are picking up 4 different statues around the map, and I'll show you all 9 locations right now. This first one is right to the left of the NV4 wall by. The second statue location is right beside the rock wall right here on the wood floor. The third location is to the right side of the DJ booth inside this RV right here. The fourth location is located on the stairs that are right behind the Bang Bang perk. The fifth location is located inside the camp right in front of the perk Stamina on the railing right here. The sixth location is located in the same camp area on top of this picnic bench right here. The seventh location is located outside of the cafeteria right beside the bench on the floor right here. The 8th location is located by the docks on this table right here. And the 9th location is located right beside these canoes at the beach right here. Now you're going to take all 4 of your statues and place them on top of these 4 speakers right here. Now if you run this Easter egg back again, you don't have to do all the statues. If you just want to do a specific statue for a specific crossbow, that's perfectly fine too. You don't have to collect all 4 every single time. Now for this next step for the water weapons, I highly recommend buying Trailblazers. It will help out. You can remove the perk later by just holding X on the machine if you don't want it later. Now in order to collect souls for the speakers, all you got to do is activate your Trailblazer by sliding across and having the zombies die out from the Trailblazers. If it is not working, just go through a few rounds and then it will work. In my game, I had to go through 2 rounds until it started working for me. But as you notice, the zombies, when they die out, they'll have a little red explosion. You'll hear a little pop sound. That's the indicator that you're collecting souls for these little statues. Once you get enough souls, you can pick up all the statues once again. Once you pick up the statues, you're going to go to the camp area. You'll find this fire right here. As long as you got a pouch, go ahead and interact with it to go into Rave mode. Make sure you listen to the fairies to extend your time while you're in Rave mode so we can do this in one shot. Now go up to the top where the 3 cabins are. In the middle cabin outside the barricade, you'll see a deer on the wall. Go ahead and throw your sausage at it and then shoot the deer to collect the symbol that comes off of it. Now head to the cafeteria and make sure you're listening to the fairies on the way to extend your time. And inside the cafeteria, right above the fireplace, you'll see another deer. Throw your sausage at it, shoot it out, and then pick up the symbol. Now go inside a spawn and right above the couch in the back area near meal kick to the left, you go ahead and throw your sausage at that deer head and shoot it out, pick up the symbol. And then right behind you will see a little cabinet with chains on it. Go ahead and break chains. And then once you're out of Rave mode, go ahead and pick up the crossbow out of the cabinet. Now go to the campgrounds and you'll find this owl statue. Place your little owl statue in front of it and get explosive kills from the crossbow right in front of it to collect souls for it. A little tip to help you out, go ahead and pick up PhD that's near the MV4 wall buy right here on the ground to help you out with the explosion damage from your crossbow. You can remove it later by going up to the perk if you want to. Now there's no indicator that you collected enough souls for the owl or any of the statues, so just go up to it periodically, checking to see if it'll let you swap out your crossbow for the upgraded crossbow. But as soon as you pick up that statue, your bow is upgraded now. Here are the other 3 locations for these statues. The wolf statue is right beside the owl statue. The deer statue is at the docks right here. And then the final one, the eagle one, is at the big bonfire location. The upgrading process is exactly the same. Just get a crossbow, get a lot of explosive kills in front of it, and then just swap out your crossbow for the upgraded version. Now, the statues with the best ones are the owl, deer, and wolf one. The eagle one is the absolute worst. Do not take that one in the boss fight. My recommendation is going to be the owl one, which is the acid rain one, the very first one I did. The 5 perks that I recommend are Tough Enough, Quickies, Bang Bangs, Racing Stripes, and Atoms Up. Before we go to the boss fight, go ahead and hit the box up to get an LMG. Make sure you pack a bunch of LMG before you go to the boss fight too. Now, before we go to the boss fight, I'm going to show you how to get a gun charm that will let you sprint in the water and not get slowed down by it. The 2 spawn locations for this frog is going to be on the back side of the RV on the floor right here. And the second one will be inside this shop that will take you to the beach on top of this green chair. Now, where you want to place the frog down is going to be located outside the mess hall to the right down the hill by this little creek. And it's going to be on the floor right here. So what you're going to do now is go into Rave mode, go down inside that creek, and then you'll find a bunch of little frogs. All you got to do is jump in the air and melee at the same time, which will make you smash into the ground by taking out those little tiny frogs. After you take out all of them, you can go up to the weapon charm on the ground and pick it up for your weapon. Now, if you ever get rid of that weapon that has the charm on it, all you got to do is go back to that frog and pick it up for your new weapon. Now, the way that you initiate the boss fight is you go down where the power switch is and you'll find these buttons on the wall. Activate the buttons at the same time if you're playing with multiple players, and then go ahead and hop on the boat, and Kevin will be waiting there for you to start the boss fight. If you're ever looking for a max ammo, there always will be a max ammo towards the cabin. It is time-based, so give it some time and another one will spawn in. At the start of the boss fight, there's going to be 2 skulls that you need to fill up with souls. The more souls that you feed it, the higher the skull goes into the air until a big blue beam comes down from it. You're going to repeat this process at the other skull till it's up in the sky and it's fully charged. One thing to keep in mind while you're doing this, if you do not fill up souls on the other skull for a long time, the skull will go back down to the ground. The big slasher that's going to be in the boss fight only has 3 different attacks. His one attack is going to be the jump attack. His other attack is like earth bending towards you, and then the third and final attack is if you're really up close to him, he'll smash the ground in front of you. Just be wary about that attack because I've had times where it has one-shot me before. Now, once all skulls are filled up, a circle will spawn on the boss floor somewhere. What you need to do now is get the slasher to land on top of the circle and then shoot the symbol that's on his chest. All you gotta do is hit it with 1 bullet, and then you're on to the next phase. Now, when you're on this phase of the boss, I would just keep 1 zombie alive because no more zombies will spawn in as long as you keep 1 alive from the group. Now, all you have to do is shoot the symbols that are going to appear on the slasher's body. Every time you take 1 out, another one will appear on another part of his body. Now, once you take out the last symbol on his body, he'll slam his chest, and then a bunch of razor blades will spawn on the ground. Don't let him hit you or he'll take damage. Then he'll get on top of the cabin's roof. The slasher's going to summon a bunch of green circles that you need to stay inside of, because if you don't stay inside of him, you will take damage over time and will die. Now during this is a time lockdown. All you got to do is take out the skeletons that come after you. Now after this lockdown is just rinse and repeat. Fill up the skulls, have him land inside the circle, shoot the symbols off of him, have him get back on top of the roof, do the lockdown, rinse and repeat again by filling up the skulls, getting him on the circle, shoot the symbols off of him, and then after you shoot the symbols off of him, all you got to do now is just do a bunch of bullet damage to him. Once you do enough damage, you have defeated him, and just wait for a little while. A soul key will spawn on the ground, pick it up, and then you got your cutscene. If you guys are new here and you enjoyed the Easter egg guide, don't forget to drop a follow so you guys can stay in tune when I make my BO6 guides.